Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. And if Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. All right, and so our card for today is one of my favorites. I know I say that a lot, but the Princess of Discs. I am a Virgo. I love the Earth cards, and particularly the Princess and Queen. So we have, a being pregnant with life, with creativity, with wonder, awe, magic, sensuality, close in relationship to the beloved, to the divine. Okay. All right, so I want to start here. We do have this beautiful image of this being kind of running to this other being, and they are running towards each other, okay? And I see up here we have it, and it feels like maybe an angel, maybe some celestial being kind of holding a crescent moon over, and I almost think of like beautiful sprinkles of the universe coming down to bless the heads of these two. And so I feel like there's a deep unification here, and that feeling of the beloved really looking into self. I think that we have been in a situation recently where life kind of there is the remembering, not just the realization, because I know that you've had this realization, but the remembering that life takes everything back. Okay, nothing is permanent. Nothing stays forever. Everything is kind of finite, isn't it? And we are not in control. We are absolutely not in control, probably of not even a single thing. Even if we perceive ourselves to be, we are not. Okay, but we are witnesses. And, this is truly a most blessed configuration. When we accept that we get to be alive in all of this chaos, right? We get to be here. We get to witness it. Sometimes it is dreadfully painful. Most of the time it makes absolutely no sense. But there are so many moments of wonder and awe. And love. And love is the thing, right? Finding things to enjoy. Finding things to be passionate about. Finding, other intelligences, beings to commune with, to relate to hear, to speak to, to just exist parallel to, the animals in our backyards, as I call them, the backyard spirits, the plants, our beautiful neighbors, our kin, and so on. These are all such privileged things. And I feel that you're in a place of really feeling quite sentimental, in love with being, and that's juxtaposed with this terror of knowing that no matter how hard you try, no matter how many plans you make, no matter how much you succeed, it doesn't really mean that much. It is all out of our control, and it could disappear in a moment. Somehow that kind of makes it thrilling as well. I don't think I ever fully realized how, well, I just didn't have, I lost so much throughout my life. There was a lot of pain and, loss in my life. So I didn't really have too many things aside from my cats that I was very attached to. I had relationships and I loved people and I love people and, and then I met my husband and he's amazing. But only when I had a child did everything change. Did I finally have a reason to really be afraid of the world, and of the fact that things do not last forever. Even just watching her grow so quickly, time slipping through my fingers, it's difficult not to lament that. We have such a busy life, so many things going on every day. And sometimes I think, am I doing this wrong? Am I missing? Even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, aside from the work I do on our channels, which is busy. It's full-time. I'm so busy all the time. Don't get me wrong. There's not a lot of sitting around doing nothing. That doesn't happen too much around here. But there is... I miss moments, and I'm blessed because I have more than maybe other people, but, life just gets away from us. But really what I remind myself, and I think this is kind of the energy that you're in, I feel it, this reading is reminding me of it, is that we're always where we're supposed to be. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? We are witnesses. And thinking that we get to control most of this or any of this, silly. So enjoy where you can, right? So we have that. We have this beautiful, sprinkling of the universe, blessings and blessings. Now, I see this very interesting. We have a person standing. They look like maybe a bird, man, woman, other, a bird entity. We have a snake, okay, wisdom, knowledge transmuted into wisdom, I should say. And we have what reminds me of a Herma, which is a statue that would be placed at the crossroads usually. And this is, it is often Hermes or Pan. It can be a lot of different deities, but was kind of a not formless, a rough body. There's not a lot of detail, but then the face. Okay, the face is detailed. There is often a phallic piece on the front, and then some engravings usually. They say this is a fertility statue. They also say, it's a protector of the crossroads, which I'm pretty sure is Hermes or Mercury. And this is also something that would not be damaged when an area would be occupied. So they maybe will, do terrible things to the people and the villages and the countryside, but if they came upon one of these statues, they would leave it. Okay, so I think that this is a blessing at your crossroads, but I also believe that this is a sign of kind of what am I thinking? Like the universe kind of, again, blessing your head with this little stardust to make the choice you want to make. You already know what you want to do. but you're having a hard time deciding, whatever that's about. But you are at a crossroads, and the universe is telling me to tell you, you have, the right instinct. So do what you think is right. And now with the Birdman, I feel that this is like a visitation. This is going to be some kind of vision, dream, some kind of synchronicity or something showing itself in your life that you feel like is pretty profound. It almost feels like it's going to be something kind of uncanny, or like something that feels like a magical moment where something happens that you can not logically explain, but it will be immersive. Okay. And this is really a reminder that everything that we see, that we think we know, beneath it lies so much more. This is just like the veneer, right? The reality, that our consensus reality, our base reality, our shared hallucination that we all agree upon, is just kind of the skin upon the thing, right? Beneath it, there's so much more. It's so complex, infinite, right? Sometimes we get a taste of that. It pours out, it bleeds out, it rains from the sky. And it reminds us, like a little trickster. Haha, you think you knew. You don't know anything, do you? Not even shred, right? That might be scary to some people. Maybe to a Capricorn. I feel like this is the ultimate freedom. I think sometimes I say things, people think, oh, this girl, she's a nihilist. This woman, I can't even call myself a girl anymore. This woman, this old lady, she's a nihilist. No, I'm an absurdist, first of all. But there is such freedom in nothing meaning, or everything meaning nothing, nothing meaning everything. You get to make life mean what you want it to mean. Once you kind of pluck yourself out of that current that feels like it's safe, like we're all kind of doing the same, we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're going through the motions that are measurable, that we can see, okay, now I've made it to this part of my life and this is what I'm supposed to have, and I've done this and I've checked off these things, and I'm succeeding. I'm like a solid, C plus ish, right? None of that means anything. It really does not mean it. You could do anything you want in this moment. You could walk out your front door and never be heard from again. Just go. I'm not saying do that. Don't do that. But you know what I mean? Like, there's really anything. We could do anything. We limit ourselves because we're like slaves to our circumstances. It's all just made up. And yes, of course, we have, there are things. We have physical limitations. We have resource limitations. Yeah. Maybe we don't know about things, or we don't know how to do certain things, or whatever. There are laws. You can't just move to whatever country at whatever, whenever you want. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever it is, right? But there is an interior place. There is a whole universe outside of this physical reality that is accessible to everyone. it really just is waiting for you to put in the effort to get there. And I look at this. I look at this beautiful bowl. I see these symbols. I see doorways. I see people peering into the doorways. I see people dancing. I see the Birdman, you know, a spirit guide. I see this person who is kind of in this twisted dance with their legs kind of, you know, apart and contorted. I see a beautiful, now a bowl down here, determination, vitality, you know, a fiery passion. You know, it really, we are all things. We are so many things. We are no things. We are nothing. We are none of the things that we categorize ourselves as. We are also every single construct and beyond. We contain all of it. We are of the universe. The universe is of us. And infinitely mirroring. Right? You might think, is Lenor microdosing today? No, I'm not. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. So, for many years. But I think about this stuff all the time. You know, this is my thing. My little burden is that I have peeked into those places and they speak to me. And I see it in all the people that I meet, no matter what they're like. I don't feel, where I live, I don't feel that I relate to most people. These are kind of like salt of the earth people, farmers and, you know, whatever, people from rural America, you know, all of those stereotypes and things. But when I talk to anybody directly, which isn't super often because I'm quite shy, and also just, I don't know, I have anxiety. But when I talk to people, you know, the mailman, the teacher, the guy driving animal feed, whatever, whoever, you know, I don't feel like these are my people from the outside. But then when I talk to them, I see they're part of the same universe as me. They are tied so close to me. And truly, the most profound understandings, or, you know, just, I sometimes talk to people and they just say things that blow my mind. Totally so esoteric, even if they don't know it, really. You know, people who are not overtly initiated, or, you know, they're just the quote-unquote profane lay people walking around doing normal stuff, not even thinking about any of that, the mysteries or whatever. They have some of the deepest wisdom about occult things, esoteric things, mystery things, and it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing to me. But really, it's a reminder that everything is everything. Everything is everything. All right, let's see. We have a person with their arms up. We have a butterfly. Evolution. And you know what, Capricorn, I really feel like you are just so outside of the normal stuff, this cycle. I know it's always about work, career, sometimes relationships. This one, kind of a very surreal, psychedelic-y divine reading. Yeah, I feel like, you're just really contemplating the universe and your place in it. I always like that, the idea that we are, well, the universe experiencing itself, but we are, what is that? How do you wake the dreaming God? I think is what it is. Or, I just like, yeah, that's just the idea that we are the dream of some being, that we are the dreaming God, you know, that whatever. These are just very interesting ideas, thought experiments, right? And so, you know, I feel like there's a lot of room for meditation, spending some time in visualization. Go out into the go out into nature this next week. We are nature. There's no difference between us and it. So, you know, go outside is what I mean. Go outside. Go be among the trees. Look at the sky. Tell me, you know what? Go out at night. When's the last time you've been out at night for with no reason to be out there, but to just be? Go out at night. Tell me what you see. I want to know. What colors do you see? What impressions do you bring into yourself? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? You know, what does it reveal to you? All right. Let's see. We have the divine doors. I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these. They're my favorites. You know, I love doors. And so, stop. Ooh, yes, a little light peeking in. It says, a cure for longing. Love is happiness. A spark inside. Live deliberately. And choose boldly. Then you have arrived. There you go. All right, Capricorn, I love you. I want to tell you thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm, and the algorithm kind of decides everything about everything. So we like to give it the engagement that it seeks, and those are things like liking the video, sharing the reading on other social media platforms. What is the other one? Watching it from the beginning to the end, all the readings from the beginning to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing so. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I read all of them. I try to get back to each and every one of them. I was doing so good with that. There are just so many comments that sometimes I just do the heart, but I am reading them. Okay, I want you to know that. And they mean a lot to me. They do. So, thank you. Again, I love you. And we will talk in just a few days.